Hello everyone, welcome to the first session of Revit tips and tricks. Do you want to have your own custom symbols that you can create once and use in all your projects? Then follow me along in this tutorial. Go to the File section and this time, instead of selecting a project, select the family. This means we're going to create our own family and add it to Revit. This is the exciting part. Since the plant symbols are related to 2D objects, go to the Annotation section and select Metric Level Head. Once you enter this section, you'll see a page with two reference lines. I will erase the red text because it's the description. I will also erase the line here. Before anything else, I will hit UN as usual. I set the units to meters and do the rest of the setting. Here, we can draw ourselves based on what we like. For example, I draw a line. Here, I draw a triangle and then fill it in. Now, we have the name at the bottom and the elevation code at the top. First, I need to create the level symbol. So I go to the Create tab and select the Line tool. In addition to the drawing mode, which allows me to perform various types of drawings, I can also use the Pick tool. This is useful when importing a ready-made AutoCAD file into Revit and using Pick to draw it. Let's start drawing. We have an axis here. To draw it symmetrically, we can use the Mirror Pick Axis option or its shortcut MM. I press MM, select the option and pick the axis. The drawing is done that easily. Now the point is that this line shouldn't go down this far because I want to fill it in. We go to the Create tab and select the Filled Region tool. This tool is similar to the hatch command in AutoCAD. We choose to draw a line to create the boundary of the filled region. We can choose a different pattern for the filled region by going to Edit Type and selecting a new pattern from the Foreground Fill Pattern drop-down. Help me grow my channel by hitting the subscribe button and sharing my content with your friends. We use the Label tool to add a label. We click below the line and select Name to add the name of the label. We enter the name of the label and click OK. We select the label and go to Edit Type. We change the transparency setting to make the label semi-transparent. We click Apply to see the changes. We need to adjust the font and size as well. Let's set the text size to 2.5 and the text font to 1U Gothic UI. I also resize this rectangle a bit. Now let's move to the Create section and create another label here. I'll click above the line. This time, I'll ask for the elevation or height code. Its elevation is also based on the name setting. Why? Because they're both the same. If I duplicate this, I can change its font and size separately. Alright. Let's make it a bit smaller. The horizontal alignment is set to center. I can change it to left. The vertical alignment should be middle. We need to adjust the frame so that it doesn't overlap with the sign. Now I need to save this and load it into the project to see if the size is okay. So I press Ctrl S, I choose the desired location to save the file and set the maximum backups to 1. I also type in the desired name and save it. Now I click Load into Project and go to one of the views. I select one of the levels and go to the Edit Type section. As you can see, a symbol I created appears here with the same name I saved it with. I select it and click OK. If we want to make changes, we go to the Family section and make the necessary changes. Then we click Load into Project and select the second option. Only one point remains. If I create a level with an offset of 3.4, but at the bottom, we have negative 3.4 here, but no plus or minus in the ground floor and plus in the higher levels. What should we do? This is where we need to use the formula writing capability in Revit. I go to the Family section. What do I need to do now? How do I write the formula? When we want to use a formula in a programming language, our formula is as follows. If the elevation of the view is equal to 0, put the first sign. If it's not equal to 0, do not put anything. And the second formula, if the elevation of the view is greater than 0, put the first one. If not, do not put anything. Because if it's not equal to 0, it cannot be greater than 0 either, and does not put anything. Revit itself puts the negative. Also pay attention to the spaces what should and should not be. If these spaces are not observed, it may give an error. The formulas are written in the caption section. You can copy them from here and paste them in Revit. We need to write the formula and the elevation. So I need to do this on the label of my elevation code. I select the elevation code label. I hit Edit Label. Here is an option called FX that says Add Calculated Parameter to Label. I select it. I set the name to plus minus. The type must be text, and I write the formula. Here is a point where the formula must be above the elevation. Otherwise, the signs will be placed on the right side of the numbers instead of the left. So I select it and move the formula up using this arrow. I select the elevation again. I click Edit Label. I write another formula for it. This time I name it plus, and again the type is text. This time we write the second formula and OK it. This formula should also be placed above the elevation. We OK it. We hit Ctrl S, load into project, and overwrite. You see, if the elevation is equal to 0, it shows plus minus, and if it's greater than 0, it shows plus. And this is an exciting thing that we have in Revit. Now we have been able to assign our own symbols and also write specialized formulas for our levels that provide us with the correct height codes. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, which was the first session of Revit tips and tricks. If you're new here, don't forget to click that red subscribe and thumb up. I do appreciate that. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.